Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Making an Impact with Zebu Nation. This is week 2 of Major League Soccer regular season, the 2018 season. And if you saw yesterday's video was just a big MLS roundup, but we showed the schedule a little bit. We showed a loss to Sporting Kansas City 2-1, not a great game. We learned some things from that game, and maybe we can use those moving forward. But it's just a loss that we took, and we got to move on from it and go from here. So it hasn't been a great beginning to the season. We start off with a draw and a loss. So a win this week against Colorado is something we could really use. But first, we got some issues to take care of. First and foremost, we sent a guy out on loan here, David Pace, one of our rookies, one of our draft picks. He's a guy with really good potential. He's got 4-star potential. So we got to send him out. We got to get him some playing time. So we decided, of course, to send him to Iceland, to IBV, where he's going to be a first-team regular. So that's going to help out his development right there. We had a couple of news items. We had a bunch of guys who are going to the Canadian national teams, the under-20s and the regular national team, for some friendlies starting this week and next week. So, the schedule's going to be a little bit crunched with all those guys going out. We had, look at the schedule here, calendar. We got 8 players on international duty. So that's going to be quite a few players. A lot of youngsters, mostly youngsters. Crepeau, Piet, Basic, Giglio, Pujol, Petrasso, Giguere, and Hassler are all going out on international duty. That's a lot of guys. So, we're going to have to figure out the roster. We got 2 games pretty quickly here. We got Colorado, and then 3 days later, we got to play San Jose. So that's a bit of a packed schedule when we have several guys out on international duty. Let's see. Other than that, we did lose a key man to injury. We'll check out the medical center for that one. So here's the 7 players called up for international duty. Apparently an 8th one joined them after that. But anyway, you know what? Let's go for a little bit of a standard formation here, and let's run down the checklist just to keep this video moving. My videos have been getting a little too long. I mean, the last video was, almost 45 minutes, and then the one before that was like an hour long. So we got to try to cut these down a little bit. Half hour maximum, I think. Anyway, let's go to the academies. Not a lot to say about the academy, but there is a couple of things we need to say about this academy. First of all, we're looking for a 3rd-string goalkeeper, and I haven't looked too hard, but I'm going to take a look at one of our youngsters, Brema Montero, 16-year-old, but he's looking pretty good already as a 16-year-old. 11 aerial reach, 13 handling, 11 one-on-one, 12 reflexes. Now, obviously, this guy isn't ready for MLS right now, but he's currently wanted by a team, AJ Auger. I think that is a team from France, and it is. And that's no good. League 2 team, but still, that's dangerous. And the reason why I'm freaking out over this is because we just had 2 youngsters sign contracts with teams elsewhere. Anthony Van Eck, he's leaving. Transfer arranged. He's joining St. Johnston in 1/1/2020. So 2 years from now, he's joining an international team. I'm not happy about that. He's got a lot of potential. Now, he is just a right and left midfielder, which we don't use midfielders. We only use attacking midfielders. But still, I don't like a prospect just getting signed out from underneath me. I've never seen that. That's never happened to me before with a U.S. team, where he's just like, at the end of my contract, I'm going someplace else. See you later. So I don't want that to happen to Montero. So that's why I'm going to try to sign him to a contract. And the other player here is Zhang Jingyi. He is going to Chongqing Lifan. I don't exactly know how to pronounce that, but he's going to China. I mean, I guess he has some ties. You know, you can check out his name. He was born in China, but he's lived in Canada apparently. But yeah, he is going back to the motherland, and I'm not happy about that either. He wasn't a great prospect, left attacking midfielder, though. We could use those guys, and he was a pretty good prospect. So I'm not happy about losing him, especially losing him for nothing. So he's also transferring out in 2020. So look out. I got to start paying more attention to some of these youngsters, especially these guys at the top of the list with all this potential. You know, once other teams start sniffing around, especially for this guy, hopefully nobody notices him, but Jan Franco Vasquez, I got my eye on this guy. 17 finishing, 17 bravery, 13 composure already as a 16-year-old. I mean, I gotta think about playing this guy in the next couple of seasons, or at the very least, giving him sort of a big fat contract. So I'm worried about that. All right, finances. Finances are still fine. Look at that, going up. No problem. Scouting budget is still there. Transfer budget still full. Got our full transfer budget. No issues financially. Board. Also, we're still secure here. 55%. There's not really much for them to judge us on at the moment, so everything is copacetic there. Club-wise, I don't think there's much we need to talk about. Vargas is our hot prospect, the 20-year-old winger. Key player is Teder. Watts is the vice captain. Romero is the captain, even though right now his playing time's a little spotty. We'll look at that in a minute. Transfers, we haven't made much in the way of transfers. I have, made some offers here. I've sent out some inquiries, is what I mean. Julian Green, we sent out an inquiry for him. He's a young American, somebody we could possibly use our designated player slot on if we can entice him to come back home. He's a pretty decent player. He can play winger, striker. He's got 14 finishing. That's pretty good. So if we could bring him in, spend a designated player slot on him, that would be good. Also, we sent a trade inquiry to Atlanta for Hector Villalba. Just, out of the blue. I think they had Villalba listed, or he was unhappy or something. So I just sent him, an inquiry. He's also, what I didn't realize is Villalba he's got some American heritage. So he counts as American. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize he had his American citizenship. So that would help us out in using our designated player on him, because we don't have another international slot to use on him. The international slot we got is already designated for Yaya Toure. All right, competition schedule, medical center. This is what we needed to look at. Romero is injured for 2 to 4 weeks. So we got to figure out what to do and who to put in the lineup. So let's take a look at tactics. Romero is out. Get out of here. There were some other guys we wanted to look at the medical center because we got some injury susceptibility. Andre, very high injury susceptibility. We got to get him out of there. Cabrera, should get him out of there. Connier and Piet, they're still coming back from their injuries, so I think we can just leave them out of the starting lineup. But Cabrera and Andre, we got to figure out what to do with them. So Cabrera, get out. Andre, get out. No need to get these guys injured this early in the season. So for central defense, it's easy. We got Diallo sitting on the bench. Put him in there. Now, Diallo didn't have a great game in his first 2 games, so that's why he was sitting out. So, bringing him back into the lineup. We brought in Taylor for him, and Taylor had a great game, 7.0 rating. So that's really good for our young generation Adidas player to come in and perform like that. He's already up to 2.5 stars, so I think we got a really hot prospect on our hands there with Taylor. Now, midfield, we got some choices to make here. We could bring in Martin, but come on, let's get my Steam controller going on here. And it goes wacky sometimes. I think I want to bring in Louis. Louis, 22-year-old Canadian. He can play midfield or attacking midfield. He can play the deep line playmaker. So we're going to try him in here. Put him at the deep lying playmaker on support. And, you know, just give Louis a shot because he is Canadian, and we need to give a little bit of preferential treatment to these guys just to make sure that we're continuing to develop these young Canadian players. Then for winger, I mean, we got lots of options at winger. Obviously, Cognier, but he's a little banged up, so no need to necessarily bring him in. But we've got Vargas, our hot prospect, sitting here on the bench, so we can bring him in. He can play winger, no problem. So that's you know, that's okay. I don't know if we want to switch him to the other side. That might be ideal with Petrasso, because Petrasso can play both sides. Whoops, that didn't work. He could play inside forward over here. Do we need him to play inside forward at this point? I don't think so. So we'll keep him at winger. Put him on attack, right? Is he an attacking winger? 13 dribbling, 12 finishing, composure. Not great long shots. We'll keep him on support. We'll go a little bit conservative here. Put him on support. That's fine. So that's a pretty good lineup. We just got one player to add in there. We'll bring Cognier in on the bench. He's a little bit banged up, but honestly, we need him. So there you go. That's our lineup. All right, let's continue. Let's go. So we got Colorado up next. And if you saw the roster moves, you'll notice that Colorado picked up in our last video, is what I meant. If you saw our roster moves in the last video, Colorado picked up David Villa. So we're going to have to deal with that old man, the goal-scoring machine that is David Villa. So we got to watch out for him. We got to mark him tightly, probably, and just try to keep him from getting away from us and scoring some wide-open goals. Because if he gets a shot on goal, it's probably going in. All right, so Cognier is recommended for a maximum of 75 minutes and Piet for 45. So we'll leave Piet off the bench and let Cognier come in from the bench in an emergency. I don't think we'll plan to use him if we don't have to. So there we go. We're going to stick with the 4-2-4. Give it one more try. The old college try. And if it doesn't work for us, we'll figure out something else. Even if it does work for us, we'll probably figure out something else. But anyway, whoa, they're going with the 3-5-2, I guess, or 5-3-2 maybe. Wingbacks. Wingbacks are all the rage. If you saw the last video, it seemed like every team in the league went out and signed a bunch of wingbacks. So we got to figure out how to defend those wingbacks. Let's give the fans something to cheer about. I don't know why I said that. Opposition instructions. Where's David Villa? There he is. We're going to mark him tightly. We're going to close down on the wingers. No, not the wingers. Get out of here. On the wingbacks. Don't want these guys breaking free. So we'll start with that. I guess we'll close down on the other striker too. Why not? We'll start with this and see if that does any good. Tunnel, and we'll send the assistant on the tunnel interview. Nice home game. Another full crowd. The crowd's a little quiet, but that's okay. I did turn down the crowd sounds a little bit because it was just a little bit too loud in the previous video. So hopefully it's not as loud this time around. But we shall see. 3 minutes down. Not much going on. What kind of highlights do I got here? Key highlights. Let's go to extended highlights. Okay, give us a little bit more room to breathe here on the highlights. I like to, get a feel for how the team is playing by checking out some of the other highlights. Not worrying about just the goals or just the full chances, but also some of the what you call half chances, I guess, or whatever else comes in the extended highlights. Sometimes it's just weird stuff that you never quite know why they include it, but whatever. It's important anyway to understand the feel of the game. All right, here's Bush with a goal kick. Sends it downfield. Jackson can't win it, even though he had a nice chance at it. Schoberg sends it downfield. There's David Villa. Can't get past Giallo. But they're still going to try to get it to him. He's being marked. He's being marked, but he can't get to it. The slow of foot, but he doesn't need to be fast when the defense messes up. But Diallo's able to get it back. Gets it up to Mancosu. Mancosu's got plenty of space. Plenty of space. Looking for his man. There's Jackson. Jackson's got some options. Vargas centers across to Petrasa. Interesting shot attempt, but we get a corner out of it. Look at those stands, man. They are packed. I'm very excited about that. Giallo can't get ahead on it. Vargas might chase it down if he remembers that he's playing football today. All right, here's Louis. Sends it forward to Petrasa. Oh, that was a nice pass by Louis, but Petrasa wasn't paying attention again. So let's tell these guys to concentrate. They're just... some of these guys are a little lax out there. They're just sort of not paying attention, especially our wingers. Petrasso and Vargas seem to be not excited, not enthused. All right, here's Taylor with a free kick. Sends it across to Petrasso. Again, a little lax running for the ball. He got it anyway. Tadier to Louis. Louis up to Mancosu. Jackson forward to Vargas. Can Vargas pay off? Oh, he got it past the goalkeeper, but just sent it a little wide. It was a nice play. Nice teamwork there. 30 minutes down. We've had all the chances. They've got a yellow card. Their team looks really fatigued. They must have played a game in the last couple of days because there's a lot of guys who are already 60%. Gashi is already looking red here. He's going to be worn out. So this could be a good day to catch Colorado. Good day to get our first win in the league. You know, I've noticed more and more YouTubers developing coughs. And I don't know if it's just talking so much you develop a cough or what it is, but I've developed one, and maybe it's just winter time, but I don't like it. It doesn't help for recording these videos. Because I don't like to do much editing. I don't like to edit out coughs and stuff like that. So I just got to do my best to fight it back. All right, analysis. What are we looking at here? They want us to float our crosses. That might not be a bad idea if we get them beat on the back line. Team talk. Give the fans something to cheer about. No, they didn't like that the first time I said it. Hand it over to the assistant. No. All right. Start the second half. Sure, let's send in some high crosses and see what we can do about it. All right, Louis, Teder. Settling it down. They're giving him a lot of space. Gets it forward to Mancosu. Kosu looking for some help. Out wide, I guess, to Petrasso. Petrasso sends it in. Not great. They are giving us a lot of space. So what are we going to do here? I think I want to send Vargas inside and... No, I can't do that because I got Bosic. I didn't go through the lineup. That was something I forgot to do. I got so excited about having wingers and stuff in there. So we've got a bit of a different lineup on defense. We've got Bosic, the 17-year-old. He's mostly a center mid, but he can play fullback. And our other fullbacks have been messing up. I think we've been asking too much of them. So we're going to ask Bosic just to be big, which is what he is, 6'6", 191 pounds. So he's a big dude. But just be big, play defense, sit back in your defensive fullback role, and not mess up. Same with Kyle Fisher. Right, mostly central defender, but he can also play right fullback, defensive fullback. And so we got him do the same thing. Just be big, be defensive. He's got 14 heading, so he can just, get rid of all those wayward passes in the back line. And they've been playing much better than our other fullbacks have been playing. 6.7 and 6.6 is actually an improvement on the other guys. Vargas isn't playing too well, so we gotta, maybe moving him to inside forward is an actual good idea. All right. Even though what I'd wanted to do was send the left fullback in overlap to get him more attacking and get it. Oh boy. Mulholland with a free kick. He gets it on goal, but Bush is there. There's Bosic to clear it out. So this will be Bosic's first under 20 cap for Team Canada, so that's good. And we're going to get him a little more playing time because of it. Here's Vargas now playing the inside forward role. Petrasso is going to chase down that sort of errant pass. Maybe. He's double team, but he gets it to Louis. Louis to Tadere. Tadere up forward to Jackson. Mancosu gets it to Vargas. What's Vargas going to do with it? Cross it back post to... Petrasso. There we go. So I guess moving Vargas to inside forward was helpful. Got him a little closer to goal, a little bit easier to make a cross, I guess. Petrasso finally comes through. He hasn't been playing too well either. That's why he hasn't been starting, but Mancosu. Nice pass, and that was a trusting cross right there, because he just had to... Petrasso was out of view. He was like 15 yards back. And Vargas just sent the cross back post and said, I hope you get there, buddy. I'm going to trust that you're going to get there. Oh, Colorado's got an injury. Schoberg is injured. Central defender. Everybody on the team is looking so tired. I don't know how they're going to come back. But hopefully I didn't speak too soon. Here's Smith. Boateng. Sit out wide. Sends it forward. But there's Taylor, the rookie. Settling it down for Bosic. Oh, Bosic gets crushed. Oh, nice stop. I guess that was a good tackle, but man, that was really violent. Bosic almost got his ankles broken there. There he responds. He gets the header. Now he's got to chase. What's his name? Alger. Oh, boy. All right. So as soon as I praise these guys on the defense, they start messing up. I mean, I do have a rookie and a 17-year-old playing on the same side of the field, so that's probably not a great idea, but it's worked so far. David Villa gets his boots on the ball. Bloomberg, Mulholland, Boateng. They're building up an attack here. Sends it out wide to Sama. Oh, okay. They looked offside anyway, but I don't like seeing their players behind our defense. All right. Oh, Jackson Hamill is injured. What's up with that? 54%. Bring in Matt Johnson, another one of our youngsters. Target man on support. That works. Matt Johnson, 17-year-old. We called him up from our academy last year just because we needed him. I mean, he's determined. He's got flair, teamwork, work rate. I mean, his finishing isn't great, but he does have some heading. Even though his jumping isn't great, but he's getting better. And this is what you want from a 17-year-old. You know, people tell me that I play too many youngsters, and that is true. That is more than true. I do play too many youngsters, and it cost me in LAFC. You know, I kept waiting for them to improve and get better, but the older players didn't pull their weight, in my opinion. And so it didn't allow me to bring the younger players, didn't give me the time to bring the younger players along. So I'm hoping here at Montreal we won't have that same issue, but you never know. Here's David Villa, 65 minutes down. Bad cross. Vargas gets a hand on it. Gets a hand on it? Gets a handle on it. Sends it up to Mancosu. Mancosu looking to make a move. He's covered there. He just blasts it. What was that? What was that? All right. Do we need to make a formation change? What is this? Where did this come from? When did we decide to just blast it downfield? Oh, I must have been that adjustment that I did at halftime where I just clicked on the button and said, do it. Oh, they got Tim Howard in goal. I didn't realize that. Anyway, Bosic heads it on. He probably should have controlled that a little better, but what are you going to do? Vargas, nice steal. Gets it forward. Johnson. Bad pass, but Vargas saves it. Johnson give him another try. Gets it to Louis. Louis looking forward. Mancosu on the run. Mancosu. There it is. Just get the ball to the old man. All you kids, all you teenagers, just give the ball to Mancosu and let him do his thing. That should be your goal in life. So there we go. Vargas doing a lot of nice work on the left wing. He might not be scoring goals, but oh, that was just a tricky pass from Louis. So I'm going to have to get him a little bit more playing time at that deep line playmaker. Confirm tactical, yeah. Let's try to control the ball. Let's try to waste time, and there we go. Clock's running. 70 minutes. Mulholland with the free kick. Diallo sends it out. And there we go. No good. No good. All right. Let's hope we can cruise to a 2-0 victory. That would be nice. They are dying out there. Castillo, 54%. Gashi, 57%. He just got subbed out. 74 minutes. Here's a throw-in. David Villa has it. Gets it to Boateng. Centers to Mulholland, and they get one back. So no good. David Villa with a nice tricky pass. Boateng with a one-touch, and then Mulholland. So that was just bang, bang, bong. They just put it right in the net. So I don't know how many of those they got in them. That was just an excellent play. Taylor's a little tired. Bosic not performing real well. So let's get Bosic out of there. Bring in Tran. See if Tran can perform any better. Coming off the bench might be better for him. Anybody else? Petrasso's playing well. Louis playing really well. 7.1 rating. Tadeo not so good. Vargas, okay, he's got the yellow card. I guess we'll save our third substitute just in case. Just in case there's an injury or something like that, we'll keep it in our hip pocket. 75 minutes. The clock's going real slow, so it might be getting ready for another highlight. Yellow card by Diallo. There's our substitutions. Here we go. Throw in. Castillo for Colorado. Just bombs it to the other side of the field. Nobody there but our fullback, Tran. Centers it to Louis. Louis looking to make a play. Back to Tran. Tran forward to Vargas. Vargas gets around his man. Yes, he does. He sends it to back post. There's Petrasso again. Sends it over the net. Vargas and Petrasso seem to have a good combination there. Maybe we should just start bombing the ball past their defense, because Castillo is, I mean, he's fast for a defender, but he is dead tired. 51%. They're all out of subs. Here's Mulholland, sends with Ngashi with the header, but Bush is there. Bush, he's let in a few goals this season. I'm not real thrilled with him. David Villa, get him. I'm not real thrilled with him. So I think we might need to look for an upgrade at goalkeeper, but I don't know exactly who we can get. Maybe we'll have to, just keep an eye on the transfer lists, on the waiver wire, stuff like that, and see if we can get a guy. Because there's quite often in the off-season, some pretty decent goalkeepers get waived, and you can pick them up in the waiver draft and stuff like that. Petrasso doesn't go for the ball. That would have been nice. 86 minutes down. Mulholland has it for Colorado. Tries to get it forward. Tran is there with the header, but we're not looking too spry right now. Fisher heads it down. Petrasso. Tadeo is going to get it forward. The youngster, nope. I'm not sure who that was for. If that was for the youngster, he didn't really run for it. If that was for Mancosu, he didn't really run for it either, so I'm not really sure. Johnson gets it forward to Vargas. He gets tackled, but Johnson gets it back. Come on, young man. Gets it to Louis. Louis around one man forward. Mancosu can't get to it again. Some miscommunications up front, but here's Tran. Sends it in. Johnson! Wow, the youngster almost scored. That would have been a great goal. 6 minutes of stoppage time. Are they trying to kill these Colorado guys? Look at this guy, Castillo, 46%. He's going to be down to 0% by the end of this game. Fisher now, throw in. 3 minutes of stoppage time left still. Louis has it. Louis played really good today, but he just sort of, he just sort of, gets rid of that one. All right, minute left. Howard, goal kick. Sends it downfield. Taylor heads it on. Vargas goes after it. Settles it down for Louis. Out wide for Petrasso. Is he going to send it forward for Mancosu? He does, and Mancosu is behind the defense. And that's a red card, right? So he was behind the defense. Yellow? That's it? Come on, man. Come on, man. All right, anyway, free kick. 30 seconds to go. Louis not paying attention, but Tedere gets it back. He's got nobody to give it to, so he just drops it all the way back to Fisher. The defense is looking solid back there. That's good. Tran, Taylor. Just playing back and forth. Tran sends it forward. Nice vision to Vargas. He's got 3 men in the box, but he passes it errantly. That could have been our third goal. That should have been our third goal. That was a terrible cross by Vargas. I mean, extra time should be just about over. There it is. That should be it. Yes, yes, whistle, no. Fisher with the throw in. Far side. 30 seconds overdue. Tedere sends it into Louis. Louis just, there's the whistle. All right. So we escape with a 2-1 victory over Colorado. That was a pretty decent game. I mean, that one goal we let in, that was just a cracking shot. There's not much we could have done about that. So dressing room. Good win, boys. Well done. We should have had 3 goals, maybe even more. Because, who was it? Our young rookie, where'd he go? Johnson. Johnson should have scored. He hit the post. And then that last cross from Vargas, he had 2 men wide open in front of the goal. So that should have been a goal. But anyway, we finished pretty good with our ratings. Johnson, 6.5 rating. Not great, but it was better than what... it wasn't better than Jackson Hamill. Jackson Hamill just got injured or something. They didn't say he was injured, but he was down to 54%, so something happened to him. Mancosu played well, especially in the second half. Vargas played pretty well. Everybody played pretty well in the second half, so that's good. Tran came in. Didn't get a rating, but he was pretty solid, so I'm happy with that. Anytime we get a win, that's good, but now we got a problem. San Jose on 2 days rest with, at least 3 guys out on international duty, so that ain't going to be fun. We're going to have to cobble together a lineup and see what we do there. So schedule-wise, what are we going to do? I think we'll play the San Jose game off camera. Then we'll come back. I think the Atlanta United game looks pretty interesting. We'll see what Atlanta's like. They're going to be one of the top teams in the league, so we got to see how we're going to stack up to them. So we'll play a rotated side versus San Jose, and then we'll probably play a rotated side against Chicago as well, just to get ready for Atlanta. So I guess we'll come back from that. All right. So until then, until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.